Welcome po sa ating cash and cash equivalent problem solving. So, ang mechanics po ng video na ito is, i-flash ko po ang problems or questions, practice questions sa screen mo kagaya nito. Then, ipo-pause mo yung video, then you solve the problem. Pag na-solve mo na yung problem, tsaka mo siya i-play ulit. So, sa solution, isusulat ko po dito lahat ng mga concept na gagamitin natin sa pag-analyze ng problem na ito. Okay? Kagaya nito. Until the date of the check. Ang entry ng company kapag na-receive niya ang cheque, whether this is post-dated or not, or kung ready ka nang mag-solve ng problem ng cash and cash equivalent, then halika, samahan mo ako sa pag-analyze ng cash and cash equivalent. Alright, question number 3. What is the net cash balance after the reconciliations? So, bank reconciliations po ito. Remember, we have 3 methods of bank reconciliations. We have the book-to-bank balance, we have the bank-to-book balance, at ito pong adjusted balance method. Ang tinatanong ng problem is yung net cash balance. So, ang gagamitin natin ay adjusted balance method. So, itong adjusted bank balance at adjusted book balance, parehas lang po yan. Let's have an overview of our adjusted balance method. Sa adjusted balance method, nire-reconcile natin itong bank balance at saka book balance. And we reconcile these items to come out with our adjusted bank balance. This is actually our adjusted cash balance, okay, na ipapakita natin sa ating financial statements. Itong bank balance na ito, nanggagaling ito sa bank statement, alright? Itong book balance na ito, nanggagaling ito sa record ng company. Now, itong mga reconciling items na ito yung mga items na ginawa ng bangko na hindi pa nagagawa ng book or hindi pa nagagawa ng company. Merong mga items din or transactions or activities na ginawa ng company, inad niya or minus niya sa kanyang record na hindi pa nagagawa ng bangko. Kaya, kung ano yung mga ginawa ng book, yun ang magiging reconciling items natin sa bangko, sa bank balance. Kung ano naman yung mga ginawa ng bangko sa account ni company, record ni company, yun ang reconciling items natin sa book balance. Alright? On the bank balance, one of the reconciling item ay itong ang deposit in transit. Ina-add po natin ito sa bank balance. Bakit natin ina-add? Ano ba itong deposit in transit? Meron itong for deposit na siya pero hindi pa ito nakakarating sa bangko. And that deposit is called deposit in transit. In-add na siya ng company sa kanyang book balance at hindi pa nakakarating sa bank para mag-reconcile sila, tugma silang dalawa, deposit in transit is added to the bank balance. Ito namang outstanding check, mina-minus natin. Bakit natin mina-minus? Kasi sa company's book balance, minus na niya. Ano ba itong outstanding checks? Itong outstanding checks, ito yung mga inisyo ng company, pambayad niya sa mga utang niya. Alright? Pero itong mga pinagkakautangan ni company, hindi pa nakakarating sa bangko para i-encash yung check na yon. So, outstanding itong check na yon sa account ni company. Alright? So, si bangko, hindi pa niya na-minus yon. Para magtugma silang dalawa, dahil na-minus na ito sa book balance, i-minus natin sa bank balance. Now, dito naman sa book balance, yung mga activities ni bangko na hindi pa na-add or nadideduct sa book balance, i-reconcile din natin yan. For example, collections. Sometimes, the company gives the right to the bank mag-collecta ng mga receivables ng company. So, kapag nakakolekta na si bangko, ina-add niya ito sa account ni company. Hanggat hindi nalalaman ni company yon, hindi pa niya na-add sa kanyang book balance. So, itong mga ina-add ni bangko, ang tawag mo dyan ay mga credit memos. So, ang gagawin ng bangko, mag-i-issue siya ng credit memo to tell the company na meron siyang in-add sa account ni company. Alright? So, yan ang transactions ni bank. So, lahat ng ina-add ni bank sa account ni company, yan po ay nasa credit memo natin. Alright? Lahat din naman po ng mga dinideduct ng bangko sa account ni company, yan po ang mga debit memos natin. Alright? Like, for example, the bank service charge, NSF checks. So, dinideduct yan ng bangko. So, ang gagawin natin, idideduct din natin yan. Debit memos na yan sa book balance para magtutugma silang dalawa. Alright? For the errors, depende sa errors. It's either we add or we minus the errors. Now, sa errors naman, whoever committed the errors should correct those errors sa kanilang mga record. Then we come up with the adjusted balance, and these two amounts should be equal. Alright? Now, balik tayo sa ating problem. The requirement is, what is the net cash balance after the reconciliation? Adrian's monthly bank statement shows a balance of 65,800. So, itong amount na 65,800 nanggaling sa bank statement. So, ang ibig sabihin, this is our bank balance. Alright? So, ang tinatanong ng problem ay net cash balance. Pwede natin kunin yan sa bank balance or pwede natin kunin yan sa adjusted book balance. The problem gives us the bank balance. Ito po ang gagamitin natin. First item is the bank service charge. Yan po ay debit memo. So, kasama yan sa reconciling item ng book balance. So, hindi natin yan isasama sa bank balance natin. Sa reconciling item ng bank balance. Ano lang ang kailangan natin is the deposit in transit and the outstanding check. Now, the second item is insufficient fund of 2,500. That's another debit memo. Okay? Then, outstanding check, which is 2,450. That item is a reconciling item of the bank balance. So, kasama yan sa ating solution. Alright? So, we will minus this outstanding check to come out with adjusted bank balance or to come out with adjusted cash balance. Alright? So, we minus the outstanding check. The other item is the deposit in transit of 5,000. So, deposit in transit, kasama yan sa reconciling item ng bank balance. So, kasama dito sa ating solutions. So, we add our deposit in transit of 5,000. Alright? Then, checks deposited by Adrian and cleared by the bank for 250, but improperly recorded by Adrian as 520. That's an error committed by the company. So, yan ay reconciling items sa book balance. So, our answer, 68,350. That is our adjusted cash balance. Yan po ang hinahanap ng problem. And our answer is letter C. Question number 4. The requirement is, what is the net cash balance after the reconciliations? So, ano reconciliation problem na naman tayo? Halos magkaparehas sa number 3 natin. So, Adrian Company's book balance shows a balance of 5,800. So, this time, ang given sa problem is the company's book balance. So, book balance ang given. So, kung ang tinatanong ay adjusted cash balance, ito ang gagamitin natin sa pag-analyze sa problem. Alright? So, the book balance is 5,800. Diyan tayo mag-uumpisa. Ano bang mga reconciling item natin sa book balance? Item number 1 is bank service charge of 1,000. So, itong bank service charge, i-deduct natin ito sa book balance because that is debit memo. Okay? Alright, bank service charge deductions tayo dyan. Insufficient fund, ito po yung NSF check ng customer na minus or diniduct ng bangko sa balance niya. So, i-deduct din natin ito sa book balance para magtutugma silang dalawa. Alright? So, we deduct insufficient fund. That's item number 2. So, NSF of 2,500. Item number 3 is outstanding check of 2,450. So itong outstanding check ay reconciling items sa bank balance. Alright? Hindi ito reconciling items sa book balance. Na-deduct na po yan. Alright? Sa book balance. So itong outstanding check, walang effect ito sa ating book balance. Item number 4 is deposit in transit of 5,000. Yan ay reconciling items sa bank balance. Hindi po yan reconciling items sa book balance. Alright? Now, checks deposit by Adrian and cleared by the bank for 250 but improperly recorded by Adrian as 520. So, ang ibig sabihin, yung error na yun committed by the company. Ang totoong amount is 250 pero na-record ni Adrian Company as 520. So, ang ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung inad niya sa kanyang cash balance, sa kanyang record. So, ano ba ang magiging effect nitong error na ito? So, ang 520 ang ni-record ng company which is supposed to be 250 lang. Alright? So, the difference of 270 should be a deductions of the book balance. Alright? Bakit deductions? Kasi mas malaki yung ni-record niya. So, supposed to be, re-record lang niya is 250. Pero na-record niya as 520. So, yung difference nitong error na ito, ima-minus natin. Alright? So, we come out with the net cash balance or adjusted cash balance of 2,030. So, yan po ang answer natin. And so, our answer will be letter A.